About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see.
1. The will is fashioned from the mental habit patterns that you build. From the time you were born, you began to build habit patterns for almost every act of your life. You rise in the morning and bathe, brush your teeth, shave or make up, put on your clothes, lace your shoes, and prepare to go to your day's work. You do not give much conscious attention to these daily actions, for you have built habit patterns that take care of most of them. If your daily habit patterns have been negative ones, and your mind is filled with thoughts of fear, failure, and disaster, then your auto-conditioning will all be in favor of these negative emotions, and your actions will be correspondingly negative. Change the habit patterns of your mind from negative ones to positive ones. This is easier said than done, but it can be accomplished if you use the power of your affirmative will. Smokers who wish to stop know how difficult it is to change their habit patterns. They must make a superhuman effort to give up the habit of smoking. How do you change your habit patterns? In the same way they're created. By performing the mental or physical act over and over again, until it is so deeply ingrained in your consciousness that it becomes automatic. Then we call the action a habit. 2. Use creative commands to your higher consciousness, which we studied in Chapter 2. The higher centers of your brain are stirred into action by creative commands. Let these be given each morning as you start your day's activity. Then all during the day use little energy boosters to keep your spirits high and your energies at their maximum peak. You can say a dozen times a day, "I feel wonderful. I am able to overcome this problem. I am now dissolving these obstacles through the power of my will. I like people and they like me." 3. Try not to let negative experiences in life prove too discouraging. Everyone has these negative conditions to cope with. Even the millionaire has his problems. When some condition arises that tends to get you down, say to yourself, "This too shall pass away." Another good statement to dissolve these unwanted negative experiences is this: the solution to the problem is already on the way. 4. The affirmative will must be exercised every day of your life. Otherwise, you are apt to slip into negative and passive habit patterns that affect your entire future destiny. Every day, exercise the will to live. How? Have an intense desire to live for some specific cause or person. You may want to educate your children. You may want to own your home. You may desire a fortune to help other people. The more altruistic and unselfish your purpose for living, the greater will be the life energy that flows from your higher mind. Many people who have lost the will to live die early in life because they have no one to live for and nothing they want to accomplish. When people are motivated by a desire to live for some purpose, they often have a release of the life force that keeps them going until they're 100 or more. Grandma Moses was an example of how this super force of the mind can enormously extend the normal lifespan and give one many years of creative, useful activity. At 76 years of age, she began to paint, and soon was selling her paintings at enormous sums. She lived to be over 100, and there is no doubt that her renewed interest in creating helped stimulate the miracle super forces of her brain, infusing her body cells with life-giving energy and purposefulness. 5. Every day exercise the affirmative will to succeed. Do this by planning each day's activity with one thought in mind, to make it as successful as possible. It is good to write down a day-by-day plan, so as to focalize your mind's energies on the things you want to accomplish. Just as a housewife makes out a shopping list for the market, so you should make out a list each day of what you wish to accomplish on that day. List your appointments, your day's work, the sales you wish to make, the money you are going to spend, the purchases you plan, the social engagements you will have. A neat and orderly mind ensures a neat and orderly life and destiny. 6. Exercise daily the affirmative will to attract more money. Money is an idea more than it is an actual material thing. In ancient times, such strange things as tea, fur, stones, pieces of iron, tobacco, and other objects served as money. You can only attract more money when it becomes a habit pattern in your thinking every day. The reason 60% of all college graduates achieve their goal in life is because they were trained in college to think in terms of being successful in their chosen professions. They formed the mental habit patterns of success. Every time you spend $1, think of its value. It is said that John D. Rockefeller Sr. never tipped more than a dime. One day someone asked him why a man as rich as he was didn't tip more. Rockefeller replied, "Why, a dime is 10% interest on $1 for a full year." Money works under the law of the harvest. When you plant a seed in the ground, it usually produces 10 to 20 times the yield of the original seed. When you give money out, make it a point to bless it and know that it will yield you abundance.